Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Genuine APBT. On today's episode, I want to point out to those of you that don't have a treadmill or a slap mill or a carpet mill that it's okay. There is a way to train your dog that can impact him close to what it would be on your treadmill. Not exactly if you're using your treadmill for your dog for an hour a day, then of course the flirt pole is not going to reproduce the same effect. But if you're using your treadmill or any type of mill to do high intensity sprint workouts and then bringing him down to a controlled, regular pace, then you can kind of duplicate that with your dog and a flirt pole. In this exercise, I'm only going to work out Zephyr here for about 10 minutes or so, which in a 12-week workout program where you would be taking down his diet and his weight and his heart rate and going in and doing a strategic workout for 12 weeks to try to get him in the best condition possible to compete in conformation or any other type of competition that's ADBA or any registry sponsored type competition. Usually, most of the time, it'd be something around 12 weeks. And naturally, in those 12 weeks, you would increase the workout time and you would work to decrease the heartbeats per minute. Now, before you even get started, you have to make sure that your dog is in good general health. And what that means is his paws, all his nails. He's not healing from any obvious injuries on his elbows or his paws or shoulders or back or anything like that. You want to make sure that your dog is sound and ready to go to start a workout. Again, you want to give your dog a good chance to excel. And it's just as if you were working out. You want to make sure that you're starting to work out when you're relatively healthy in order for you to achieve the full benefits of a workout. Now with your dog, once you've checked that he is in good general health, you want to get a notepad or type of journal to write down his progress. Again, it could be more intense than just his weight and his meals and his heart rate. That is up to you, what else you want to keep records of. One of the things that I would suggest is to know each individual dog. Every dog is different on every workout equipment, every apparatus. Some dogs excel in different equipment more than others. Zephyr, as you can see, you will see, or if you've already seen it in the video, sometimes it's difficult to work him out on the, flirt pole only because he has a bad habit. I would think it's a bad habit for what I'm trying to achieve with the flirt pole. So I have to know him. And since I do, he has a bad habit of when he does bite it and he grabs onto it, he quickly wants to dominate it. So he'll throw one of his paws over it, sometimes both of them. And this makes it a little difficult to keep the exercise going. But as you can see here, what I did is I started off the first 4 to 5 minutes kind of easy with him. And what I'm trying to achieve ultimately, of course, not in 10 minutes, but longer, but for the video, I did 10 minutes. I'm trying to achieve him to do sprints for a while, a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes of good sprinting and then running like he's doing now. So I jog with him and I try to duplicate or I try to imitate what he would be doing on a treadmill, which would be intense sprinting. See, there he is trying to pull on it. What he would do is intense sprinting, and then he would do easy, controlled, just trotting like he's doing with me now. So he does do that. But once in a while, he just drops and he wants to put his paws over it and dominate it. So I kind of just tell him to leave it. And I'm patient with him. I don't play tug of war with the flirt pole because then he'll get used to that and he'll think that that's the toy that's for tugging. And that's not what we're doing here. This is not a spring pull. This is not a tug of war type exercise. It's just getting them going and increasing as the time maximizes because his heart rate will go up. And the objective of getting him to go hard for a couple minutes and then trotting with him is called seeking for a second wind. At least that's what I was trained to look for. So what you're doing is you're building up his stamina, his cardio, his air, by increasing the impact, the 2-minute impact, which is high intensity, and then you're trotting, with him. And so that helps the body start kicking in after a few weeks into a second air or second wind. Just like when you start running, the first couple of weeks are going to be very hard in the first few miles, but then the next couple of weeks, or maybe third, fourth, fifth week, you'll start noticing that a few miles in, you start getting what's called a second wind. And that's exceptional. And that's what you want to try to get, because ultimately, if your dog reaches that level and if you're dedicated and you can do it, your dog can actually do if you don't have a treadmill again or any type of mill, your dog can actually work out for a good, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, even an hour on the flirt pole. Most people won't be able to work out with them for an hour on the flirt pole. I've noticed that a lot of people work with them and they get pretty tired out. Another thing that I try to do here is I try not to get them to jump too much. A lot of guys do that, and that's fine. Every dog, like I said, is different, but Zephyr gets really high, and I try to limit that. I don't want him to blow out one of his stifles or his hip or anything like that. So I don't want to do that in this exercise, because he could be going one way 100%, and then if I turn it the other way, he can very easily flip in the air and land the wrong way and pull something, and then you have to start from zero again. So I'm not doing that. I would suggest that if your dog is jumping, it's a very controlled jump. Kind of like, even that one was a little bit what I don't like to do. If he's going to jump, keep him going in the same direction, kind of like that. But if you notice, he's very interesting dog. He times himself. He goes easy, and then he goes full blast 100%, then he goes easy again. And I love that. I think that's a sign of intelligence. He's not just straightforward, 100%, all out, pedal to the metal, fully open type dog. He has his moments of that, but he really chooses them wisely. And I love that about him. So see, now you can see I'm working him out a little harder. Now I'm going a little more, and I'll try to run him a little harder on the ground right now. And then I try to ease him in again to trotting, which is not easy to do. So another thing I want to encourage you to do is to be very patient. Don't expect quick results with the dogs. It's not fair to them. It's as if you were working out. Just think of you working out. If you're trying to achieve very quick results, you're ripping yourself off. You're not putting in the time. You're not putting in the rest. You're not putting in the eating, the proper jotting down and keeping track of your progress or lack of progress. And it's just not fair to the dogs. They're similar to us. See, he's trotting there with me and he's enjoying it. But yeah, just be really patient with your dogs, and you will see it. If you can commit yourself to a 12-week program where you're being disciplined on all those factors that I've mentioned, you will see a difference in your dog if he's genetically bred correctly. So just a really quick video on that. If there's no treadmill, no problem. You can try to do other exercises when you don't have a treadmill. I don't have a treadmill, and not at this house. I just can't have it. There's just different factors. I know that you guys that have American Pit Bull Terriers, you know that when you have a treadmill and you have different equipment, you just have to kind of be careful on what people's perception is of that. And so, not that I totally care about it. I don't. I mean, we just don't. I carry a braking stick. I'll work him out in the front yard. I can work him out with the flirt pole. He does his spring pole, but I just haven't been able to do the treadmill here at this house. So we're not going to do it yet. We might later on, but anyways, I just wanted to show you guys just this really quick video to let you know that if you don't have the treadmill again, it's not a problem. You can definitely improvise. You always have to improvise with these dogs. There's many ways of working them out. You just have to be smart about it and then apply it. But they really enjoy this. If you have a well-bred American Pit Bull Terrier, a good sign that he's athletic and that he's sound is to see how much time and how much intensity he puts into exercises like this. If your dog is done by the time it's 10 minutes, I mean, if he's badly overweight, he's going to be done. But if he's done and you're in the third, fourth week and he doesn't want to push 10 minutes, your dog has an issue with some air, and that might be a trait that's just lacking in your program. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. And like always, know them, love them, and raise them responsibly.